Hello everyone, doing another Karakuri duel. Doing a person with a rather large deck. Let's see, what is this, 51 cards? Yeah. Opening up pretty defensively though. Although having a D-Prison and a Mirror Force isn't usually a bad thing, because even if you open up defensively and your opponent opens up with offensive cards, that means you get to let them expel resources and then go really big with the Mirror Force. No idea what my opponent's running. Again, it's a really big deck, so I'm not sure what to expect. Usually when the decks are bigger like this, it ends up being not a great deck, but I'll give them a chance and see if maybe they can prove me wrong. Although I've had big decks before that, they opened up better than they should have and ended up making for good duels. Okay, if they're using an evac on an unknown face-down monster without knowing what I'm even running, it's pretty safe to assume that this is going to be, it could be one of two things. It could be just either a noob deck, or it could be a noob using a good deck that they decided I'm going to try to make better, and they ended up just adding tons more cards to it. Okay, Gladiator Beast, that makes a lot of sense. Is this one that goes to the, let's see. Yes, definitely going to be deprisoning this. I don't want them getting their effect. This is probably one of the decks so that you can get away with running a lot of cards, because it's basically like the entire thing is one living deck, because all the cards they contact with each other, whatever you want to call that, they all tag with each other, right? That's the term. But they wasted their evac for just to attack. I don't know why they did that. That was a really, really bad play on their part. This is probably the one that has 2100 defense. So I'm not going to attack into that until I have something really beefy to get over it with. Trojan, what? So they give me a monster. Okay. I'm going to be using this for a synchro now. That's not a great card unless you... I've actually considered this card in the past. It's not great unless you use something like a remove brainwashing, because then that would allow you to draw a card and get it back. Which, all in all, that's not too bad. Special summon a Glad from your hand, draw one card. Yeah, it's a free special summon. That's a decent combo, but there wasn't really anything else to synergize with it, so I ended up not turning it into a deck. But let's see what my opponent does. I still have a Mirror Force, so even if they try to attack over this, it's not really going to do them too much good. And the question is, what level 8 synchro do I want to make? Probably a Stardust, just to be on the safe side. With this many cards in the deck, they probably won't have any cards to destroy, or not that many cards to change attack, so destroy. Okay, on their attack, I'm going to use Mirror Force, and then I'm going to chain MST to this. That's actually a pretty good combo. What? Using another? If you face up by these monsters and the field after effects. Are they taking control of it? I'm just going to Mirror Force. Oh, okay, yeah, that was decent, I guess. I'm just going to Mirror Force it, though. Yeah, and that's gonna be all there is to that. Oh, Naturia Cherries, okay. At least the big decks are always interesting. Whether it's good or not, Naturia Cherries in a Glad deck, that's weird. Let's see if they actually go for a Synchro play, though. I don't know what they would make. A Catastor, maybe? A Librarian? Probably a Catastor. Oh. Or that's good, too. Although, depending on if they attack with this first, which is probably attacking with that first, that's good. But now I get to Mirror Force this, and this isn't really that effective if you run into a Mirror Force when you didn't attack. So first, I get to Mirror Force. Then, because I do want this off the field, I'm going to have to use MS2 right now and destroy the Archfiend Shield. So they do lose this. They don't get the effect of the other Glad. If I had just activated Mirror Force, the Hoplomos wouldn't have been destroyed, and they would have gotten the effect. But now I get to go into my own synchro plays. So let's see. Stardust is going to be the safe option here. Scrap Dragon has a bit more bite to it because it has more effect, or more attack. But my opponent only has one card left, so I'm not really worried about them summoning anything really big right now. I guess they potentially could, but I'm going to risk it they don't. Otherwise, I would say they're more likely to draw a destroy type card like an MST or a Dark Hole than anything else. Yeah, running back row, so I'm pretty safe, yeah, especially with that Lance. The only thing that would hurt right now is a D-Prison, but because I have a Lance, it's no big deal. It won't actually do anything. Not going to be setting... Oh, actually, I could have set both of these. I have a Stardust on the field. I'm not at risk for an MST or anything. Yeah, I probably should have set this. Wasn't thinking there. Very minor misplay, though. Okay. Recycle card for Glads. Yeah, that's a good card. Although I think a lot of people, they want the Glads in their grave because there are other good Glads that they help with the cards in grave, so they don't usually want them back in the deck. Although I could see this being a valuable card. I haven't ever seen a Glad player actually use it before. So, okay, again, big deck, but it's an interesting one. Let's see what they drew into. Looking like not a good card if they're waiting this long to use it. Then again, they actually did draw into Dark Hole, and I don't have to worry about a Monster Reborn or anything. That's typically what people like to do. Although they could use, there's the Gladiator Beast that banishes stuff. That's probably what's going to happen. That's too bad. Yeah, I would have liked to Lance that, just so they couldn't summon anything. Using Hopomus again, they keep drawing the same card. Okay. I would hate to lose to a new Glad deck, which this is basically what it is. I don't mean to be insulting or anything to Ford, but, you know, so many cards, doesn't really do anything good. Not even going to special summon anything. That's... Really? Oh, sorry, I'm having to clear my throat. Not sure why they're not using the effect. They had all the reason in the world to do so. Let's see. This could be one of their traps that it'll stop me from destroying this by battle. Or it could be something like a Waboku. Let's see if it is, though. So, okay, so it'll gain 500 attack, but that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, this is definitely just a person that's not familiar with Glads trying them out, or something to that extent. Yep, not sure what they can do now. They wasted all of their good cards. They very easily could have summoned the Glad that banishes a monster from my grave. They could have banished the Stardust and I wouldn't have gotten its effect. Okay, opponent realizing they didn't have anything. So if you enjoyed this duel, please comment, rate, subscribe, and stay brutal.